that. I think I need a little drinky.
Yeah. Me.
I gotta myrtleize this.
Yeah, you're gonna Merlify, Haggardize. I coined those terms.
Well, my daddy left home when I was 3. He didn't leave much for Mom and me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him that cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, it must have been quite a joke, and it got lots of laughs from lots of folks, and it seemed I had to fight my whole way through. Some guy would giggle and I'd turn red, some guy would laugh and I'd bust his head, and I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and my fist got hard, my wits got keen, and I roamed around from town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and the stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and bars, and I'd kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, I was in Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry, and I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. In an old saloon in a street of mud, there sat at a table dealing stud, sat that dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew it was my old snake of a dad, sweet dad, from a worn out picture that my mother had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and that evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, but he went up, down, and to my surprise, he came back and cut off a piece of my ear. Well, I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and a gouging in the mud and the blood and the beer. Yeah, I tell you, I fought tougher men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun and I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. And he said, "Oh son, this world is rough, and if a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye, and I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's that name that helped to make you strong. He said, "Now you just had one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for that gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a gun that named you Sue." Well, I got all choked up. I threw down my gun. I called him my pa, and he called me his son. I came away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, and every time I win, and whenever I have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Bill or George or anything but Sue.